Imagine you're at a major business event, or perhaps a high-profile party, where the city's richest and most powerful people are present. Standing before you is the person you idolize, the investor who can transform your startup's fortunes, or the producer who can make you a star. You only have 2 minutes. Your heart is pounding, your palms are sweating. What will you do now? What do most people do? They approach, fold their hands, and say, "Sir, I'm a big fan of yours. Please give me a chance." Or they stand with a mountain of their own accomplishments, saying, "Sir, I've done this, I've done that." If you're thinking of doing the same, my friend, you've lost the game before it even begins. You've made the same mistake 99% of people make. You've made yourself a beggar. And remember, the bitter truth of this world is that powerful people hate those who ask. They reek of needy people. In today's video, we'll delve into a world where morality isn't the norm, only the pursuit of victory. We'll discuss Niccolo Machiavelli's principles, written 500 years ago, but they're even more relevant in today's modern corporate world. This isn't a motivational video meant to make you feel good. It's a warning. It's a roadmap to a social jungle where you're either the hunter or the hunted. The real game isn't what you say, it's how you manipulate the other person's mind. So buckle up, because in the next few minutes, your perspective on the world is about to change completely. Let's first understand the basic structure. In 16th century Florence, Italy, deceit, intrigue, and power struggles were rife. There lived a man in his mother's mansion. He saw that the world doesn't work the way it's written. The world doesn't work on goodness. The world works on selfishness. She clearly wrote in her book, The Princess, "If you have to choose between love and fear, choose fear. Because people love at their own convenience, but fear binds them to yours." Now you'll say, "I don't want to scare anyone. I just want to build my career." Of course, but my mansion wasn't just about fear of the sword. In today's world, fear means fear of losing you, fear of respect. When you go and beg someone powerful, what message are you sending them? You're saying, "I have nothing, while you have everything." You're making yourself a burden, and rich, busy people don't carry burdens. They shake them off. So the first rule, and imprinted in your mind like a line of iron, never show your neediness, always show your usefulness. Let's illustrate this with an example. There's a boy named Raoul. Raoul meets the CEO of a large company in an elevator. Raoul immediately starts talking. "Sir, my salary is very low. I have an MBA. Please give me a promotion. I have a lot of problems at home." The CEO smiles, nods, and as soon as he gets out of the elevator, forgets Raoul's name. Why? Because Raoul explained his problem. The CEO isn't interested in Raoul's problem. He's only interested in his own. The other guy is Vikram. Vikram also meets with the same CEO, but Vikram doesn't ask for a promotion. Vikram says, "Sir, I noticed that our company's new project is incurring a 10% loss in logistics. I've prepared a small report on how we can make it profitable in 2 months by changing vendors. If you have time, please take a look." What happened now? Vikram didn't ask for anything. He gave. He understood the CEO's pain, the financial loss, and offered a solution. Now the CEO will be chasing Vikram. That's the difference. Raoul was a beggar. Vikram was a solution. Powerful people see the world from 2 perspectives. Is this person useful to me, or is he wasting my time? When you go as a fan, you're wasting their time. Fan means follower, and follower always stays down. If you want to rise, you have to become a partner, not a fan. You have to become an ally. But how do you do that? Should you just go straight and say, "I'll be your partner"? No, that would be foolish.
To do that, you have to understand Machiavelli's second law: reconnaissance the terrain before entering the battlefield. The biggest mistake most people make is talking too much. When they sit next to a prominent person, they start flaunting themselves to impress them. "Sir, I am this, I am that." Shut up. Calm down. The more you talk, the more ordinary you appear. Knowledge is power, Machiavelli used to say. When you meet someone, first observe them, read them, see what their insecurities are. What are they afraid of? What do they want? Does they want money? Does they want fame? Or does he just want someone to agree with him? Every person, no matter how rich a billionaire they are, has a child deep inside them, looking for a plaything. Maybe they feel like everyone around them is a sycophant and they need an honest opinion. Or maybe they feel like no one respects them. Everyone's after their money. Yes, when you recognize that hidden hunger, you make your move. Let me tell you a story that proves this. In the 19th century, there was a man named Andrea Carnegie who later became the richest man in America. Initially, he worked a small job. He noticed that his boss was always stressed because he had to read so many telegram messages and make decisions. Carnegie didn't go and ask, "Boss, raise my salary." He quietly stayed up all night and learned all the codes that only his boss knew. One day, when his boss was out and a very important message arrived, Carnegie decoded it himself, made the right decision, and sent a reply. When his boss returned, he was astonished. From that day on, Carnegie became his boss's right-hand man, not his servant. He made his boss's life easier. Remember, rich people want an easy life. If you can solve their problems, they will pay you whatever you ask for. But if you go in as a mess, they'll cut you off. Now comes the third and most dangerous rule, the mirror effect. People like people who resemble them. It's human nature. We trust those who speak like us, think like us. If you're meeting with an investor who's quiet and serious, and you go in laughing loudly and telling jokes, you'll be instantly rejected. You have to be like water. You take the shape of the vessel you're in. If the person is religious, your words should reflect morality and values. If the person is street smart, your language should have that sharpness or avoid lying. This is tuning, like setting a radio station. Unless the frequency matches, the sound won't be clear. But here's a warning. Don't imitate. If you parrot them, they'll know you're pretending. You have to catch their vibe. Don't look at their words. Look into their eyes. Are they in a hurry? Keep your words short and sharp. Are they relaxed and want to talk? Then let them speak. Be a good listener. Powerful people are often lonely. They can't find anyone who truly understands them. When you mirror their world, they feel, "Hey, this guy is just like me. He understands me." And that's the moment when the door opens. Now let's talk about the fourth rule, which many people don't understand. Don't cheapen your loyalty. We've heard since childhood to be loyal and good. But in the corporate world, or in the jungle of real life, no one values what comes for free. If you're always available to everyone, you're like tissue paper. You'll be used and discarded. Machiavelli said, "Let people fight for your loyalty. Offer yourself as a reward. Learn to say no a little." People consider those who always say yes sir, to be servants. But a person who presents their point of view with respect, with logic, and sometimes even disagreement, is respected. This is called subtle rebellion. Imagine your boss pitches an idea. Everyone is saying, "Wow, sir, what an idea." But you stand up and say, "Sir, the idea is brilliant, but I think there's a risk we should consider. If we do it this way instead of that, this risk can be eliminated." Look what you did. You didn't insult him. You called his idea brilliant, but you also showed your backbone. You showed that you're not like the other sheep.
You think you're protecting them from a risk they can't see. Powerful people keep close to them those who can save them from falling into a pit, not those who clap even when they're falling into it. The fifth rule, never try to outshine the master. This is the oldest and most important lesson. Robert Greene, in his book, The 48 Laws of Power, makes this the first rule. Every powerful person harbors an ego. They must always feel like the smartest person in the room. If, in an attempt to show off your intelligence, you belittle your boss or mentor, or make them feel like they know less, then consider your countdown has begun. Even if you know more than them, even if the idea was yours, let them take the credit. You'll feel unfair. My hard work, my credit, but be a long-distance runner. If you let them shine, they'll take you to the top. But if you dull their shine, they'll push you out of the way. This is the game of ego. When you crown them with victory, you're actually making them your debtor. And being a debtor to a powerful person is more valuable than having millions in the bank. Now, let me share a secret hack that's very useful in the Indian context. This is called the power behind the throne. What do most people do? They try to reach the king directly. They try to meet the minister directly, the CEO directly, and they fail. A wise person befriends the king's doorman, not the king. Every powerful person has a circle around them, their PA, their secretary, their driver, or their oldest confidant. Advisors. These are the people who decide who gets to meet and who doesn't. These are the people who whisper words into the boss's ears. Machiavelli called them the invisible prince. If you want to get something done in a government office, before approaching the senior officer, cultivate a good relationship with his assistant. Speak to him respectfully. Ask him about his problem. If you win over that gatekeeper, the door will automatically open for you. People often mistreat junior employees and wag their tails in front of the senior officer. This is the biggest mistake. That junior employee will whisper a negative word about you to the boss, and you're finished. So take the side door. Use your neighbors to climb up. The sixth rule is to be mysterious. Be mysterious. Don't be an open book. People read what everyone can read and then throw it away. Don't tell everyone your every plan, your every weakness, your every thought. When you speak less, people think more about you. What's going on in his mind? When you're at a party or meeting, don't tell your entire story. Leave a little suspense. Your value increases when people speculate about you. What's easily understood is boring. What's not understood is attractive. Reduce your availability. Don't jump at every phone call. Don't respond to every email in seconds. Make people wait for you, because what's waited for automatically increases its value. The seventh and final rule: act like a king to be treated like one. Act like a king so you'll be treated like one. It's a game of confidence. How you enter a room determines how people will treat you. If you walk in timidly with your shoulders hunched and your gaze averted, people will overwhelm you. But if you walk in like you own the place, even if you don't have a penny in your pocket, people will notice you. Don't fake it till you make it. This is called projecting power. There was a con man named Victor Lustig who managed to sell the Eiffel Tower. He wasn't a government official, but his suit, his words, and his confidence were so impressive that even big businessmen fell for him. I'm not telling you to become a con man. I'm simply showing you the power of self-confidence. When you set your own price high, the world will pay the same price. If you consider yourself cheap, the world won't buy you even at a discount. So friends, what's the bottom line? Networking with powerful people and influencing them isn't a matter of luck. It's a science. It's an art. This world is a vast market. Everyone is selling something. Some are selling their time, some their skills, some their soul. What you're selling and how you're selling it will determine your price. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Stop complaining that rich people are arrogant or that the system is flawed. Understand the system and use it to your advantage. Machiavelli said, "The person who tries to be good everywhere is ruined by those who are not." So be a little smart, a little diplomacy, a little wisdom, and a little courage. This is the recipe that will separate you from the crowd and put you on stage. Now the decision is yours. Do you want to live the same old life? Do you want to beg for opportunities? Or do you want to follow these rules and write your own destiny? Because in the end, history only remembers the winners. No one asks the winners what path they took. Think about it. And the next time you meet a big man, don't meet him as a fan. Meet him as a player.